the Southern Baptist Church senior citizens facilities. If you all remember, it was on television. It was on fire. It was a big fire. It was a very big fire because it was a wooden frame building. I went around the neighborhood today and I talked to one of the residents around there who had just moved around there about a year ago. She was Caucasian, and she was out there the night of the fire, which a lot of people over there was at the night of the fire. And what she had told me was that she happened to see the police apprehend the person that they thought had set the fire. And she described this person as a Latino. She said he looked Mexican or Latino. And when the police caught up with him, he was like really wet, drenched in water, like a lot of sweating, or she said talked about how wet he was. But he was definitely not black. He wasn't white. She said definitely he was some sort of, I guess you would call him mulatto, or Spanish or something like that. And they believe that this fella may have something to do with actually initiating the fire at that church. One of the questions that was going around was the fire set by somebody, if somebody in the church or whatever. And the people in the residence don't believe that the church had anything to do with it. They was showing me how close in proximity a lot of the houses were and homes were very close to that building. And they honestly believe that the fire had to be started by somebody that came over from the west side. The first thing they were saying, they thought somebody came from all the way from the west side to come over there to the east side to kick that off. But then the lady was talking about how she happened to see the police apprehended somebody. And it was definitely somebody of Latino origin. Okay, so that was basically what I found out today about the senior citizens structure that was burned down during the riots. And like I said, a lot of questions about did the church have anything to do with it. And the community and the major consensus is that the church didn't have anything to do with the fire. And it looks like maybe the protesters, the black protesters, had anything to do with it either. From the report, the word on the street, because the Caucasian lady that lives around there told me that she saw that the police apprehended the Latino. And then I got another eyewitness of an older black man, elderly black man, who said, "Oh yeah, I remember seeing them up here." So that is something that did happen. I'll count some more than one person on that. So basically that's what I found out today. Nobody still wants to be photographed. I get to talk to people that have a lot of good stuff to say, but when I ask them, do they mind me filming them and interview them, nobody wants to be interviewed. So until then, you'll have to just, look at me, I guess, until, the tension breaks down a little bit in the city. So there you have it. That had to do with the fire for the Southern Baptist Church. Like I say, from people I talked to, they're saying that they honestly believe that the police had nothing to do with it. I mean the church. That the church had nothing to do with it.